Hello and welcome to the tutorial on Educreations. Educreations is a free screencasting app that is basically just a whiteboard that you can record whatever you're teaching on that whiteboard so that you can then upload that video for students to be able to watch whenever they want. Educreations is a great way to try to flip your classroom before maybe you invest in some better apps with more features. Educreations has everything that you need to start flipping your classroom. Educreations, the icon looks just like this one over here on the right hand edge of the second row. It has a triangle ABC on it. When you open it up, it's going to automatically come to the whiteboard screen. Your colors at the top may be different. I've just changed my defaults. You probably just have standard colors, but you can change that. So we'll start with those colors. The black one is highlighted. I have orange, purple, and blue. If I tap this little arrow that comes up in the bottom of the black, you will see there's all kinds of other colors that I have available. Same thing happens if I tap in any of the other colors. So if I pick yellow, yellow is going to go up there now. So you have 4 colors that are going to be your standard ones to work with throughout your lesson, but you can change those at any time. So you can see that when I write, this is just writing with my finger. You can write fairly neatly. If you want to erase, there's an eraser and just scratch to erase just like this. You can also enter text, tap anywhere, and you can say hello. You can change your color and your font size. You can also move this text box just by tapping on it and sliding, and you can duplicate it, lock it in place, all those same features that are on your smartboard. You can also enter a picture from your camera or from your photos, and you can also resize those pictures, anything like that. You can find pictures off the web, so if you're doing an education about the food chain, then you can just Google food chain and it'll bring you a lot of images that you can drop into here. You can add more pages. At the bottom, you'll see a page with a little corner turned down, and you'll see a page with the plus. I'm going to hit the page with the plus first. That is to duplicate the page and the ink that comes with it. The ink means all the handwriting, or if you just have the page, say if you're doing a math problem, you have the coordinate plane drawn out and you want lots of copies of that, that's how you can do that. If you want to go to a new slide, you just tap this arrow in the bottom corner, and now I'm on slide 2 of 2. I can now go back to my first slide. So if you want, before the lesson, you can set up multiple slides that you're going to be working with before you start recording. You can also change the paper or the background by this the symbol down there in the bottom left with the corner turned down. You can have white paper, line paper, graph paper, or a coordinate grid. So that's very handy for when you're trying to teach math. So you can have all of your slides set up and ready to go before you start recording. So when you hit the record button, you can see it starts counting down. You can write on it. I'll write my initials here. Right? You can write on it, you can record, you can go back, and you can go back to the next page, back and forth. You can enter everything in as you're recording, or you can have it set up after you've already, before you begin. Once you're ready to stop recording, you hit the pause button here. And if you like it and you're done, awesome. One thing with Educations is you can't go back and record back over something, so make sure you get it right first time around. That is one of the drawbacks of it being a free app. But if you're just practicing and you just want students to demonstrate their knowledge, this is a great way to get started. You can stop and continue. That's why it just changed back to the record button, so I could keep going, and then I'm going to pause it again. When I'm finished with it, I hit the done button up in the left corner. I can either save my lesson or start over. So I'm going to save my lesson. I'm going to just save it as a test. Hit next. You can choose if you want this to be public or private, to your students or to your school. I'm just going to say this one's going to be private. You do have to give it a subject area. And you save your lesson, and there it is. So you can see I've done a couple of them just as practices. So all of yours that you've done will show up here for easy access. The other really cool thing about Educreations is you can go down to the bottom under Featured, and it's going to have all of the lessons that other people have created. You can see these ones are spectacular lessons, way better than I could ever do. So before you make one, you might want to search and see if there's a good education on what you want to talk about. So you can search by subject area. So I would search by language arts, and there's a few things coming up: theme, prepositions, all of these things that come up. Now, it's kind of hard to search on the app. It's just going to be random conglomerations of things. But if you go to educreations.com, you can search by a specific topic and grade level. And that is also how students would be able to access your lessons if they weren't on the app as well. You can share these through the app to your students if they're enrolled in your class. As we said, Educreations can be used in order for you to create lessons for students to watch at other times, or maybe when you're going to be absent, or you can have students create lessons to demonstrate their knowledge. Two very good ways to use this very great free app.